friends, Brian here from Middle Age Mind and Muscle. How the hell are you guys doing? I mean that. Like seriously, how the hell are you guys doing? Good, good. I'm doing pretty good too. Thanks for asking. So, here on our channel, I talk about being old. And I talked recently about why I don't deadlift anymore at 50 years old. 50 is an interesting year, my friends. 50 is a very interesting year. Now, also with squatting, leg development, okay? A few years back, famous bodybuilder Kevin Levrone made a comeback to compete at the Mr. Olympia at 50. For those of you that don't know, Kevin Levrone was a top pro bodybuilder competitor in the 90s. He consistently either won competitions or usually placed second or maybe third. He got criticized because he didn't have his wheels anymore. As you get older, people say, hey, it's harder and harder to keep or to build your wheels. Wheels meaning your legs. So, you guys probably know, a little older, have a few hip issues. So, of course, hip training, keeping all my muscles strong in my hips is very important. And with the heavy loads with squats, I did my last heavy squat. I told you guys a story recently on my story about pec tears. A few years ago, I was doing an opening squat in training for a powerlifting competition. Smoked, it was around 600 pounds. That was going to be my opener. I smoked it raw. Come on. Smoked it. But the next day, tore my pec for the fourth and last time. Well, I shouldn't say last, knock on wood. But anyway, I remember after that squat going, things are changing and I don't like the feel of that weight on my spine and my hips anymore. Coupled with my fourth pec tear, I said, powerlifting is done for me. A choice I made, backed up by my chiropractor. I talk about that in other videos. But still, training, you want to still develop your wheel. You want to still have growth and either keep your quads or get them to grow. And I am working on getting my quads to grow. Well, how do you do that without squatting with the huge load on your back? So for me, when I was squatting actively, heavier, I always seemed to do the best with around 315, maybe up to 405 for good solid reps for quad growth. Times are a little different now. I am squatting more, but not as heavy as I used to. But I wanted to talk to you guys about a story related to a squatting hack that I learned from an Olympic athlete. The year was 1995. Capital City, Canada, Ottawa. I'm driving in Ottawa, man. I'm driving in Ottawa. Home of Chris Bumstead, Ian Valliere, for all you lifting fans out there. I was training at this little gym at a rec center, and there was an Olympic athlete there. His name was Lou Edwards. Now, Lou was a member of the 1992 Canadian bobsled team, and I believe, I could be mistaken, but I think I'm correct, he was also an alternate on the 1996 Canadian sprint team. So this was the year that Donovan Bailey won the gold medal.
Together, so does Bailey. Frederick's coming at them, so Bailey bolted in front. Over the top. Bailey's got it and broken the world record.
And the men's 4x100 relay took gold as well.
It was away then, it was won by this stage. The hand goes back, no troubles this time. And he took it 2 yards up and gained another 4. Double gold for Canada in the sprints in the 1 and the 4x4.
So he was in there with some serious company. Lou was one of the strongest people outside of powerlifting I had ever seen in my life. Even back then, this is many, many years ago, Lou might have weighed 175 pounds. I had seen him squat 555 pounds for reps, well past parallel, perfect form. I don't even think he was using knee sleeves or knee wraps. He was just using a belt from what I can remember. But one of the things he showed me was a little squatting hack that I would apply from time to time, and I've realized lately that this is good for the older squatter too, who doesn't want that huge load on his hips anymore. And the hack is, because you want to have overload, recruiting muscle fibers, I call them stop and goes. So a stop and go is basically when you're squatting and you have someone telling you when to stop, hold, and then when to go. I use this technique, as you guys know. I beat this drum over and over. the more trained your body is, and sometimes the older you are, for me, the more creative I have to be, and I never do the same workouts over and over to force my body to continue to adapt. I like this technique because you're recruiting muscle fibers, you're overloading your quads, but you're not overloading your hips and your spine. So here in this video, I think I might have 135 pounds. I might go heavier, depending. I also like to pre-exhaust a lot with other exercises, so my quads are tired. But this is a fantastic little hack for you guys out there to throw into your training without all the strain, wear, and tear on your discs and your hips.
Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Go.
Put it into your training. Let me know how it goes. I hope this helps. Remember, hit subscribe, comment below, like, share, whatever you want to do. I hope this helps, guys. Remember, this is my therapy.